Hello everyone, this is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts and Colossal Fossils. Today, this is Prehistoric Facts special episode number 169. Today we're going to be talking about a prehistoric mammal, and that mammal is Thylacoleo. And so this is what Thylacoleo would actually look like in a possible color scheme right here. This is a pretty nice looking piece of art right here. Don't remember who it was from, but hey, it's a really nice picture right there. So some information about Thylacoleo. The name means pouch lion, or otherwise known to the public is the marsupial lion. Length is approximately 5.5 feet, or 1.7 meters. Height is 2.5 feet. Weight 223 to 287 pounds. Lived 3.5 million years to 12,000 years ago. So it lived in the Pliocene in the Pleistocene epochs. And fossils are found in Australia, and it was described by Sir Richard Owen in 1859. So the guy that described the word dinosaur has described this type of animal. So on the top picture right here, here's a map of Australia, and so this is where you find a lot of really interesting fossils in Australia. Not only just dinosaurs and other types of prehistoric creatures, but you actually get some weird looking animals that are actually found in Australia. So that is really, really neat. And in the bottom right corner, here's a size chart of Thylacoleo compared to a human being. So not quite as tall as a human being, but it is very, very neat. It's still a pretty cool looking animal. And here's the skull of Thylacoleo right here. That is an impressive skull when you actually look at it. That is just an impressive skull for this type of animal. And you can see the skeleton in the middle right here. There has been multiple complete specimens of Thylacoleo, so we know what this animal really had, what its body shape is, and also what it possibly could have looked like. More information about Thylacoleo. It belongs to the Marsupialae, which is the marsupial. So it is a marsupial. It belongs to its own type of family group called the Thylacoleonidae. So it's kind of in that type of area, and it's in part of the Diprotodontia type of group as well. So it is related to Diprotodon, and so its closest living relatives today are actually the koala and the wombat. So those are the animals that it's closely related to. And so some features about Thylacoleo, or the marsupial lion, is that the incisors are designed to crush the windpipe. When you look at those incisors, when you look at that skull, those incisors, they almost look rodent-like, but this is not a rodent. This is a marsupial, and so those types of incisors are designed to crush. So grab onto the neck, make a powerful bite to crush the windpipe, and ultimately kill its prey that way. So that's why it actually would kill its prey like that. It has molars for slicing flesh, so you can see on those molars, those are the teeth in the back. It's like a blade-like appearance to slice through flesh and possibly slice through bone. And it's got a very powerful bite force. This animal has an impressive bite force. Not as impressive as like say Megalodon or Tyrannosaurus Rex by any means, but it would actually be pretty close to up to par with, like, say, the Archaeotherium. And that powerful bite would actually be able to crush bone. So this animal can crush bone. And also it's got claws for climbing. This animal can be a great climber. It can be an arboreal type of species, so it would actually be able to climb trees very well, be able to live in the trees. And also it can use those claws for grasping its prey. And so when you're a predator, you might as well be able to use those claws for other than just climbing trees, and that is just to grab onto your prey while your mouth did the dirty work. And this animal would be incredibly agile, and so this animal would have the agility of a cat, but it is not a cat. Like I said, this is actually a marsupial. And of course, this animal is a carnivore. So this animal would be able to eat meat. The environment in where Thylacoleo lived, it was very warm and dry, as typical in Australia. And where it lived, there would be a bunch of trees, grasses, and flowers. Of course, there might have been ferns, some cycads, but in Australia, the plants are totally different compared to like say Asia, Africa, North America, and South America. And of course, there would be lots of rivers, lakes, and ponds. And the other types of animals that were around were insects, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and of course mammals. And mammals were pretty dominant at that particular point in time in the Pleistocene. So predators and prey. So let's talk about the prey species, or the prey that Thylacoleo went after. It would have actually gone after the giant short-faced kangaroo. It is a very big species of kangaroo. It can get 8 feet tall and has a very short face, and has a very powerful legs and a powerful tail. And so Thylacoleo would probably going after, like say, the smaller individuals of the giant short-faced kangaroo. It would also go after Diprotodon, the giant wombat. So this animal would be able to tackle a Diprotodon pretty good, mainly smaller ones, but it could. But if it tried to go after an adult, the adult one would totally win against that. And of course, it would actually eat carrion. If you're a predator, you don't turn down a free meal. But of course, Thylacoleo does have a predator, and that is Varanus priscus, or otherwise known as Megalania. Megalania would have been a predator on Thylacoleo, and Thylacoleo would have no chance against an adult Megalania. Juveniles could actually eat the juveniles, but in terms of adults, no way. Megalania is just too powerful. And of course, the extinction of Thylacoleo that was mostly due to climate change. And so the climate was getting cooler and drier, but there's a possibility that humans also had an interference with the extinction of Thylacoleo, because humans did arrive in Australia around 50,000 years ago. And so could humans have been possibly overhunting some of the megafauna that was there? That's a possibility, but it's still a big debate to this day of whether or not humans did have an impact in the extinction of Thylacoleo. And like I said, it got cooler and drier because in the Pleistocene, that's where you actually start to see some big changes in the environment. And of course, the megafauna was disappearing in Australia at that time. So Diprotodon, the giant short-faced kangaroos, and other types of things that were living in that particular kind of time were all disappearing. So all that prey was pretty much disappearing, and so Thylacoleo pretty much went extinct. And its living relatives, the wombat and the koala, are still living on today. Here's a map of what the Pleistocene looked like around 18,000 years ago. So this is pretty close to when Thylacoleo did go extinct. So here's where Australia is. Australia was actually attached to Papua New Guinea at that point in time, because the sea levels were much lower at that point in time. And so we'll be seeing a bunch of animals that were living in that particular kind of time. But Australia had a bunch of animals that were so strange compared to other types of continents that had the big megafauna. In the next episode, on April 22nd, 2021, there'll be an extra episode, and I'll probably be doing a movie review. So make sure you guys check that out. I'll put that out next week. But if you got any questions about dinosaurs or any other prehistoric life, feel free to email me at dinochris71@gmail.com, or just go to my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts of Dino Chris. Like the page, you can post your questions in the comments section. Please put them in the comments section. Don't put them on Messenger. That's only for private conversations. So please put them in the comments section. And also for YouTubers out there, feel free to like the videos, subscribe to the channel. According to my analytics, a lot of you that check out my channel are not subscribed yet. So please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe to the channel, and also stomp on that bell so that we can get weekly notifications of every video that comes out. And also feel free to put your questions in the comments section, because I do read them all, and then you can get a shout out in the Q&A episode. And I know you guys do like it when I read your questions. And also make sure you keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Instagram at dino.chris.pf, and I post pretty cool stuff on Instagram. You also can follow me on Twitter at CSGRALL. That's my Twitter page. I post pretty cool stuff on there as well. Also, take care of the people around you. And also, for you younger people out there, to make sure to listen to your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. So, best motivation you can have a good education is very important. Have a good education. With a good education, you get a good job in the future. In this kind of time, please wear a mask, social distance, wash your hands, and also make sure you get vaccinated because that is very important to reduce the spread of the virus. So that way we can actually have a better, normal life in the future. That's what we want. And also, feel free to check out Colossal Fossils, and I'll actually put a link in the description down below. And we're still in the fundraising period, and let's just say we got some pretty cool stuff actually coming at some point. So you can check out the website and feel free to donate if you want. When I do put the link down below, please feel free to donate if you want to. All right, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time.